My mom is a wonderful cook, and like most wonderful cooks, she doesn't typically use a recipe, which means that all of these amazing childhood dishes I grew up on, I don't know how to make. So I started this project as a way of connecting with my mom and her cooking and learning all of these recipes that I have come to love so much. And I'm excited to share that with you.
Hi, so what we're doing today is making probably the most spectacular bread that takes the least amount of effort on this planet. Okay, so if you want to impress people, like you're going to a potluck or you're going to a dinner and you want to impress the heck out of people, you're going to want to make this no-knead bread. So what I'm going to do is just measure out 6 cups of flour to start. And it doesn't have to be exact, so you don't have to worry about it. This is a very forgiving recipe. Okay, what I like to use a wooden spoon, and I just mix all this up. One of the really cool features of this bread, why it's so easy to do, is basically you've made the bread except putting in the water. Now with traditional bread, you have to take the yeast separately. You have to put it in a certain temperature water. You have to let it proof so it bubbles up. Sometimes it doesn't, so you have to do it over again. Then you have to pour it in. This, you just dump all the dry ingredients, including the yeast, into the flour. It's so easy. And when you put in the water, you don't even have to heat it up, though I like to have it a little on the warm side. So now we're going to pour the water in. You do not have to have it a certain temperature. What you're going to do is just put in enough water to make it the consistency of a bread recipe. So once you get this all mixed up, then you're going to have to decide, does it need a little more water? And you just put in as much as you need. And if you feel like, oops, I put in too much water, then just put in more flour. Like I said, it's a very forgiving recipe. This is done. The recipe says you add water until it's what's called shaggy and sticky, and you can see it's, you know, sticky. Okay, so we left this sit overnight, the dough, it's risen. So what we're gonna do is take it out and we're gonna let it rise a little bit more. What I tend to do is put a little flour on your fingers because it can be a little sticky. And then what you're gonna do is you just wanna kind of pat it a little bit. And if it sticks, you just add a little more flour down here. Don't worry if you have to add a lot more flour, you know. You just want it to look like this, basically, okay? So one of the unusual things about this bread is you cook it in a Dutch oven. The Dutch oven has to be heated up before you put the dough in. Now you don't have to worry if it looks gloppy or if it just doesn't look great when you're dumping it in. Don't worry about it because it's going to rise and look beautiful. I know it did a lot better than me. Oh, why not? That's great.